I kept calling him, but he wasn't answering. He was screwing my calls. We are live in Chicago, everybody. We're downtown Chicago right now.
History just repeats itself. Democrats was the KKK, this is all Democrats right here. They really support violence, pedophilia. They do. The one guy they shot. Did they ever think about the 5-year-old that he had anal sex with? Did they think about his feelings? That poor little 5-year-old? I have 2 sons. I can't believe they're sitting here wanting justice for that. Did they care about their feelings? Were they ever asked? No, they were not. The media's here to just simply segregate more and just keep putting more bullshit on it.
Watch out, watch out. Yo. Yeah, we're down here by the first round of that. Yeah, they're marching. I don't know which way. They just get down to where yeah. It's gonna be a okay, we'll just start walking. Okay.
embolden these bastards even more to come. That the state is not neutral. The capitalist
God bless you, my friend. If you guys would like to become members of the YouTube channel, you can absolutely do so. I am working on my custom emojis.
Thank you, Wake Up, for the super chat. I just turned them on real quick.
That's how it's gonna be. Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? 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 Who do you serve? Just like Rittenhouse. Just like Rittenhouse. Exactly like it. Just like Rittenhouse. Just like Rittenhouse. Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
Cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
circling up the intersection.
If you don't know it, just join in. It's fairly simple, but it's very powerful. So we would appreciate if everybody participated. Repeat our boy, what's the freedom fight? Who's finally had a fight? And we gon' fight all day and night until we get it right. What side are you on, my people? What side are you on? What side are you on, my people? What side are you on? Somebody wants the freedom fighter who's gonna stand and fight. Say what? And we gon' fight all day and night until we get it right. Say what? What side are you on, my people? What side are you on? What side are you on, my people? What side are you on? We on the side who wants the freedom fighter who's gonna stand and fight. Say what? And we gon' fight all day and night until we get it right. Say what? What side are you on, my people? What side are you on? What side are you on, my people? What side are you on? Make some noise!
Okay.
Is anyone saying Jessica? Has anybody seen Jessica?
Amina, I'm fine. How about you?
We found Jessica! Cause we keep us safe now. Who keep us safe? Who keep us safe? We keep us safe. Who keep us safe? We keep us safe. Who keep us safe? We keep us safe. I need y'all to look to the person next to you. Say, I will protect you. I will keep you safe. And say what keep you safe. I will keep you safe. Let's go. Where's the move?
Let the banners through, guys. Open up here. Open up, guys. Open up. Let the banners through.
establish our own. And that means a communist revolution. That means joining Progressive Labor Party so that we can take this system down once and for all. No more begging for pros. No more begging for a little reform here. Don't beat my hands as much under there. We make everything you see around you. The buildings, the cars, the roads. We make everything. And the working class will take power and assume it back. So work by work, wall by wall, racist system got to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, racist system got to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, racist system got to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, racist system got to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall.
If you guys are doing super chats, thank you guys very much. I have my comments turned off so I cannot see who is. So thank you, whoever has. God bless you guys. It means a lot, seriously. Out here in Chicago right now, trying to keep up with today's activities here in Chicago.
Confessing the crimes that they did not commit are staying in jail. So that ain't right. Right. All right, now I'm going to say a name, and I want y'all to say free them all. Free Antonio Carter. Free them all. Free Donald Johnson. Free them all.
Yo.
Free Juan Hernandez. Free them all.
I mean, they're marching, so. I thought, okay, we're on North Randall and North. Okay, I'll try to see you can. I mean, there's. I don't know which way is north or south. Honestly. Hold on.
That's all I got right now. All right, some people. All right, some people.
We're marching east on Randolph. We're at North Randolph. Randolph. Randolph and Clark marching east on Randolph. Okay. Sorry, marching west on Randolph. We're at the intersection of Randolph and Clark, marching west. I don't know where it's, okay, all right, okay. Let me try to do that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know that the signal seems to go in and out. I don't know why. Thank you, Lady Katie, for the super chat. I don't know if I turn the Wi-Fi off, it'll help. Let me try that, you guys. I'll try to turn the Wi-Fi off. Let me know if it clears up. It might. I don't know.
We fucked it up. We did.
Fucked it up.
We fucked it up.
So many times. So many times.
Let me know if the signal's better. It's been fine. Some people say it's been bad. Alright, I'm gonna keep it. You guys aren't really. Some people said it looks good. Some people looks okay. Yes, better. Okay. Well, let me get up there.
The whole damn system is what? Guilty as hell. That's what it means. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. It's guilty as hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. And I think we need to let the whole city know how the fuck we feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. 1, 2, 3, ain't arguing about that, bro. Have a good day. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. Black people, Latino people are being fucking killed. And the reality is that it's too easy for too many folks to go about their business. And that's why we protest. And that's why we march. And that's why we demand on the system. Pay attention. Because I guarantee you the black friends, your black friend, your brown friend, we're fucking paying attention. We see when you don't say shit that happens to our people. So we need y'all to come out. If you care about social justice, if you care about peace and freedom, we need y'all to come out to raise your voice. When we are dealing with this shit. Out of your homes and into the street. 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 Out of your homes and into the street.
Out of your home and into the streets! Out of your home and into the streets!
Out of your homes and into the streets!
Out of your home and into the streets! Out of your home and into the streets! Out of your home and into the streets! Out of your home and into the streets! When brown lives are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When black lives are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! 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 That's the voice!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! BCP, you got to go!
people were looking at that truck, that Jeep.
Say their name. All right? I'm going to say a name and you say their name. All right?
Okay, thank you, brother.
Come on, Crystal. Say your name. Say your name. Say your name. Say your name. Tony Bill. Say your name. Mark Clement. Say your name. Breonna Taylor. Say your name. Michael Wesley. Say their name. Say their name. Daniel White. Say their name. Brandon Moses. Say their name. Julia Toledo. Say their name. Anthony Everett. Say their name. Joe Hernandez, brother. Say their name. Say their name. Snoop Augustus. Say their name. Say his name. Mike check. Mike check. Mike check. The people united will never be defeated. 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 The people united will never be defeated.
I want to see these people's faces as
I know.
they're getting off the
Yeah. Oh yeah, to our right. It's like the bottom.
Where y'all going? What, you hungry? You really gonna make it. Jackson and Dearborn.
There's a tower.
Of mass incarceration, you guys. My dad, when I was 3 months old, did his first bit, and he's been beating ever since. This shit's not right. And the reason why he's going to jail, I'm sorry, I mean, my family know what I'm talking about. But the reason why he went to jail is because he believed in this same fucked up, rusty ass machine that's squeaking right now. That shit ain't right. So what I suggest to you all again, I beg you deeply, we are progressively. If you're not progressively, you're not ready to kick and fight, scratch and fight for freedom, man. Like I'm sorry to say, our forefathers had to do, and some of the white people had to do, because you all helped our ancestors get off the plantations. We all have to fight. This place right here has incarcerated and made trillions and trillions of dollars, and our communities are starving. Our communities are underserved. Our communities do not have any food to eat. That shit ain't right. So at the federal level, I suggest each and every one of you all to look at who is your congresswoman or congressman and vote their ass out, because they did shit for you for 30 years. You got that? This is not a moment. This is a revolution, man. It's just continuing. This shit ain't new. Come on, man. Let's do this. Let's go get my dad. Let's go get on the yeah. Come on, man. Let's go free the brother over in Oklahoma. What are we waiting for? We're going to march in. That's what we waiting on. I don't want to march in. I'm ready for them to open them holes right fucking now. What you guys gonna do? What you gonna do? My name is Dr. Amina Matthews, and I am Dr. Your Congresswoman. $1.7 million. Right? That ain't right. $1.7 billion to see.
We're not moving. Hey! Let's go. Mike check. Let's go. Mike check. Get over here. Let's go. Get over here. Man, y'all want to start the bullshit? We gonna start the bullshit. Let's go. Block us up. Let's go. Right where he pushed. Let's go. Right, he pushed. Let's go. But they trying to let the cars do what we still will. That's what they doing.
Back across.
Back up. Back up. Back up.
Hey, can you move back, please? You out of here. Hey, move back. You out of here. Okay, clear. Hit that fire. What the hell, bro? Mark check. Mark check. Mark check.
Back. Back.
Stupid motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! So why we got y'all pushing past the people or whatever? No, fuck 2%. We need the whole fucking budget. We need the whole budget reallocated to all of our fucking neighborhoods. Sorry, you can't just do it. I feel like we got how about that? You keeping each other safe here. Hey, my check. Let me tell you guys something. Where I come from, I'm a Muslim. And the Quran, it says, when you're in war, in your opponent retreat with a strategy of war, but fall back. Let's go. Let's go.
He's trying to listen.
Stay safe. Stay safe.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. I was not coming on today, but BCP decided to hit the streets of Chicago today, and I don't think he could have picked a more dangerous city, but here they are. And BLM is marching in the wake of Kyle Rittenhouse being acquitted on all charges, and they believe that if he had brown skin, he would have most certainly gone to jail for the rest of his life. That is their idea, and so they're running with that. I have a story to share with you that I find really interesting on the heels of this and all the black talking heads and the BLM movement saying that if Kyle was black, he would have received a different verdict. But on the same day yesterday, a young man named Andrew Coffey the fifth or sixth, I believe. It's the I don't do Roman numerals well. It's the V, which I believe is 5, and then the 1. So what is that, 6? He was actually acquitted of 5 charges as well. I wanted to share that story with you today earlier, but I just cannot get I am full-blown introvert. For those who don't know, I am full-blown introvert. So socializing for 8 hours a day for 3 weeks straight has been really hard on me. So I was like taking rest day today. And then BCP decided it's the 4th. Okay, thank you guys. BCP decided to hit the streets of Chicago, and I wanted to share that story with you. I can do that later, but yeah, I think it's really interesting. None of the black talking heads have taken upon themselves to share the story of Andrew Coffey IV and his acquittal yesterday, which we should be celebrating, although he does still face some charges because he was a felon. So I find that even doubly ironic that we have a felon who shot at sheriffs. His girlfriend ended up dead through the whole thing. He was acquitted on 5 charges, was not charged with murder, any of those things, but he does still face charges for being a felon who possessed a weapon and shooting it. So it's really interesting that was the outcome, and none of the black talking heads are covering the story, because it totally demolishes their narrative and really makes this whole thing here in Chicago and Kenosha and New York futile. You know, it's just totally irrelevant. It totally blows their narrative out of the water. But here we are again. If they really were each other's brothers and sisters keepers or whatnot, we wouldn't have people like Oprah and Joy Reid and LeBron James and all of the really rich and powerful black heads talking about how oppressed they are. That's not what they should be doing. What they should be doing is opening the door in education of options and opportunities, and showing them how to be successful. Oprah should be teaching people how she got to where she is. She should be lifting people up. She should be teaching is what she should be doing, because that is one of the things that I've definitely learned from white people is that they can't wait to tell you how to get to the top. They can't wait to share all the secrets and all the tips and tricks and hacks and things that they use to get to where they're at. Like, they cannot wait to teach you how to get there. The problem with the black population largely is that they even when they do get rich, they're stuck in a poverty state of mind, and so they don't believe that there's enough to go around. So they don't want the next person to get what they have, right? They don't think, like, they think if somebody else gets it, then there won't be enough for them, right? So it's very selfish, stingy, greedy, poverty state of mind. And so that's one of the big problems in the black population, is they don't want to share with each other how to get to the top, how to be successful.
So they try to do something in retaliation. We are not for that shit.
Was the route longer than what was anticipated at all?
They didn't have no idea what the route is because we don't fuck with them, but in the know.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. I love everybody, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out here and shutting this bitch down.
It looks like they might be dispersing, and so this is what happened last year. A lot of times, because I actually did go down to one of the marches in Portland, Oregon last year while I was pregnant, and this is what happened before the darkness hit. Demons typically come out at night, right? So, well, in Portland, they work during the day as well, but they used to just only come out at night. And so what would happen is BLM would march during the light hours, and then once the darkness hit, that's when Antifa would kind of take over and burn and do a lot of the things. And once that started happening, BLM started participating in that too. So I'm not really sure. It looks like this is starting to dissipate. They've done their march and their chants and such.
What exactly happens?
So we're not sure what's going to happen next here. See if BCP will fill us in. Right now, we see so many people who are brainwashed by the media. I mean, mainstream media kills brain cells without an absolute doubt. I don't know if you guys saw the thing that I posted on BC Preacher, the BC Preacher on Facebook. It's actually this guy making a TikTok, and you would think that it was in jest. You would think that it was comedy. It was not comedy. This guy was literally serious. He said that he just couldn't believe that they took two more beautiful black lives. 2 beautiful black lives. You heard that correctly. Like, he said that Kyle took 2 beautiful black lives, ages 26 and 36. Like, this is how brain dead he has become, that he actually believes that Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 black people. This is what the media would have people believing. This is why you don't want to be a binger. The media is a binger. That guy was a binger. All they do is regurgitate talking points, headlines, and a lot of times it's all lies. It's wrong. It's just, it's not even like misinformation. It's literally just like brain dead information. It's just dead wrong information. It's not a little bit wrong to where they're just kind of spinning the truth a little bit. It's literally just wrong. There were no black people involved in the entire Rittenhouse case except Jump Kick Man. That is it. Like, I'm not even sure if I would call him a beautiful black life, but there certainly weren't 2 beautiful black lives that were taken that day. it's just people come into this with completely wrong information. Another one of the wrong pieces of information that people keep spewing is that Kyle Rittenhouse crossed state lines illegally with the gun. The gun was in Wisconsin, Kenosha, Wisconsin to begin with. He did not cross state lines into Wisconsin with the gun. The gun was already there. The only time he crossed state lines with that gun is when he was on his way back into Antioch, Illinois, directly to the, to home to go to the police station. People just have dead wrong information, and they build their entire case on this, and then they end up out here in the streets marching over something that doesn't make any sense. And really, they just make fools of themselves, because this doesn't make sense. I don't feel bad for a felon who goes to jail because he committed a crime. You know what I mean? Kyle Rittenhouse was not a felon. It's not like he had a bunch of priors. He wasn't involved in gangs. He didn't have a bunch of drug.
I think you both are white supremacists.
Why are you hiding your face?
I think
fool?
both of you guys are white
Why are you
supremacists.
hiding?
What do you mean?
Why are you hiding?
Why are you hiding?
It's called wisdom. Wisdom.
Bill, Anthony, and Quincy. Now, if that ain't
but
a
seriously,
crew, I don't tell
you
you.
shouldn't have to hide your face. You shouldn't have to hide who you are. Especially according to them, right? They try to say that you shouldn't have to hide who you are, right? But when you don't think the way they do, they want you to be quiet. They want you to be silent.
What?
And you know what was getting me? Is how the police department is guiding their way through the city, stopping traffic for them, making people wait until they go through. They stop. Wait a minute. Then they listen. Then they stop in certain places, and then when they stop in certain places, they do their chants and stuff like that. Well, the police officers section off a little spot for vehicles to keep going, right? And what happened? They didn't like the fact that the vehicles were going, so then they got in front of the vehicles to stop them from going. And I asked the police officer, I said, aren't you here helping them? And they said, yes, we are here helping them, talking about those in the march. But then they just started cursing at the police officers. I mean, so which is it? Do you want the police officers to help you, or do you want to curse them? That I don't understand. And all I'm doing is trying to get documented, trying to record it, and dude is harassing me. This white dude is harassing me. And they say they're out here against white supremacy, but they got this white dude harassing me. It doesn't make a lick of sense. These are white supremacists? I mean, it don't make any sense. It's mind-blowing.
All right, guys. Well, as for me, what's up?
Hopefully that lady's back again. Blair.
There, I knew it. I was like, this isn't a Kenosha area code.
No, it's a Central Illinois. That's the area code.
It's my bad, bro.
Hey, I heard he was getting some people taking pictures of it.
Oh, yeah.
That is what I heard.
We got him.
Yeah.
We got him.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, what else you heard? That's it, huh?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's Chicago. I think Chicago shit's gonna happen.
We have WYSIWYG. This is WYSIWYG. He's in California right now, and this is a march going on out there.
So based on what I'm seeing over there, that's a ticketed event that they're setting up for.
This is a Save Our Children march. This is what I'm talking about. Save our children.
This is where Antifa's supposed to be meeting at 5.
That's what WYSIWYG has over in California. They've got a Save Our Children going on.
Vaccine mandates have to go. Vaccine mandates have to go. Vaccine mandates have to go.
Unicorn Riot is live, huh?
Capitalism, on how can you expect, right, a nation that's built off of stolen people's, work? How can you expect that to work? I think I don't want to give too much attention to Kyle. What I do want to give attention to is the millions of black men, brown men and immigrant men that are in prisons, that are convicted of, convicted on charges and things that they haven't even committed. Because it's almost always white jurors that get decided. Kind of like, how Kyle got to pick his own jurors. We don't get to decide that. It's people who don't look like us, who don't look like us, who don't know our experiences. They get to decide what our fate is. And it's those same people that create these systems that uphold them. And it will take all of you to continue organizing, being boots on the ground, because that is the only thing that will work. That's the only thing that has worked. I want to thank all of you for being out here, for being boots on the ground. And I'm going to end it with a chant. Black lives, they matter here.
Awesome.
Black lives, they matter here.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me, with all of
Black
us.
lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Right say now.
Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. Native lives. Native lives. Black women. Black women. Black men. Black men. Native men. Native women. Black children. Native children. Black children. So we're going to bring up Dion. Please come up to the mic and say a couple words for us. Give her a big... We're right
Did
here.
they just completely skip over Latinos and Asians and all?
Give her a round of applause.
What is happening there?
Thank you. I'm just going to say a spoken word piece that I wrote when Dante Wright was first murdered.
Go ahead, Amani. Do your thing.
I'm not angry. I'm tired. Tired of wondering why black and brown people are killed by the police. Tired of my little cousins asking me, Imani, why is there a National Guard outside of our house? Tired of getting tear gas for simply standing up for justice. Tired of a cop that was on a police force for 26 years mistake a gun for a taser even though they don't weigh the same. I'm tired of black mothers crying over their sons and daughters being killed. Tired of having my little cousins educate them on racism. Tired of getting bashed for simply saying my life matters. I'm tired of seeing the history repeats itself for the last 400 years. I'm tired of the excuses that they make up. A white lady said he whistled at her. Those Skittles look like a gun. He was sleeping in his car in the drive-thru. He may try to fake a $20 bill. She left her front door open. He had a legal arm in his car. He was walking down the street. He was selling CDs. He had an air freshener in his car. How many reasons are they going to make up to justify murder? Nobody should die in the hands of a cop that's supposed to protect and serve this community. But Kyle Rittenhouse and Dylan Roof gets to shoot innocent people and get a pass while Breonna Taylor was sleeping. We live in two different systems where men like Brandon Bernard get falsely accused of murder while the murderers that kill Emmett Till gets away with it. It makes me sick to my stomach. Growing up watching a cop put a knee on a black man's neck and seeing the BIPOC community get terrorized. Like I said, I'm not angry, but I'm tired. How many names are we going to say? It's hitting too close to home. We need to stand in solidarity together. Black Lives Matter isn't political. It's not controversial. We matter. White supremacy is the enemy, what keeps us separated. All proud to the people. Thank you.
That was Imani.
You go, Imani. You go, girl. And it's okay. You can be angry if you need to be angry. Those are normal emotions. And if you need to be angry, be angry. They better not fuck with you. I know that. So, next coming up to the mic is my sister, this beautiful black queen. She do the damn thing. I am proud to call her sister. I am proud to stand in the motherfucking damn gaps with you. I am proud to be an alumni of Minnesota. But most of all, I am proud of the person that God called you to be. And I am proud of him calling your hands to do the work. Come on up here, sister. I love you, Queen. Nakima Levy Armstrong.
All right, y'all. It's really frustrating that we have to keep saying the same thing again and again and again, and having people act like they don't understand. Acting like they don't understand what has happened historically, where we have always been told that our lives are worth a fraction of white lives. And we just saw that being played out again in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And like somebody just said, that the judge in that case acted like Kyle Rittenhouse was his grandson. It was despicable and disgusting to watch. As a mother of a child who will be a black boy who will be 17 next month, it made me sick to my stomach to think that Kyle Rittenhouse's mother helped perpetuate white supremacy. What kind of mother drives their child across state lines with a high-powered weapon? But here's the deeper thing to me. When I think about the impact
Lies.
of the child protection
She did not
system
do that.
on black families and Native families, I'm wondering where the hell is child protection in a situation like this? How does that mother escape accountability? How many times when our children get into trouble, even doing things that are minor, are the parents demonized? How many times is the community demonized? How many times are black families pathologized when they're just being who they are? But when a white mother rises up, she didn't have to have a white hood on for us to know what she stood for. That's right. She has not been held accountable, which is unacceptable. And it reminds me of another person, and that was Derek Chauvin. Because y'all remember what he did. But did we learn about his family? Yes, we did. Did we learn about his upbringing? Did we learn about how his parents raised him? Did we learn about the community that he grew up in? No. If we're talking about a pathology, we need to be looking at what is happening in white families across America. And what I said, we need to be looking at what is happening in white families across America. That's right. That's not something we should shy away from. That's right. Okay, because y'all are out here because you care about black lives and you care about justice, but there's a whole lot of families that are sitting back, perpetuating white supremacy and a racist ideology and anti-blackness, and nobody is holding them accountable. That's right. How many white folks are scared to even broach the issue of racial injustice and white supremacy at the dinner table? Say that. We got a racist holiday coming up, Thanksgiving, right? And we know that a lot of folks are going to celebrate Thanksgiving, but how many are going to put these issues on the goddamn table and hold their white relatives accountable for what they are doing, what they are saying, what they are thinking, how they are treating black people, and how they're treating white allies who stand with black people, as we saw what happened in Kenosha. They were standing in the gap in solidarity for black lives, and they were treated just like black people. So we need to understand that. And this is something that Mel Reeves came up and talked to me about as we gathered here about a piece he wrote.
With them. they demand things. We don't demand nothing, but we complain. We type on the chats, we type in keyboards, we type on news feeds, we type. We are afraid. We are afraid to get in the middle of a street and block traffic. We say, oh no, that's not peaceful. But it is. It is. Let me put it to you guys this way, and I know some people, some people disagree with me, which is fine. Now, I'm not saying that people are wrong because they have a different opinion. I'm just saying we have to start questioning, why is nothing changing for us? Why are we not getting nothing that we ask for? We have to start seriously asking that. How come we are not getting nothing that we ask for one? Why? So, we talk about all the tyranny that's taking place, all this and that. They are marching in the street, and guess what? Didn't Martin Luther King march in the street and keep it peaceful? He blocked traffic, they got beat, they got arrested, but yet us as patriots, we're afraid to get arrested. We can't get arrested, we can't do this, we can't do that, because guess what? There is as we want to say, we have jobs, we have this, we have that, so we're afraid, afraid to get arrested, afraid to do this. It's not the right thing to do. It's not morally correct. There's nothing wrong, you guys, with seriously coming out here. If you and that's the thing. When are you guys going to be that mad? When are we, as citizens of America, going to be that pissed off that we can even march in the streets of Portland with thousands upon thousands of people? In Portland, Oregon, people are trying to do rallies at a small city and trying to gather for 10,000 people. It's not happening. Why not do that in Portland? I don't care if it's LA. Why aren't thousands of patriots showing up in LA or whatever city it is that the tyranny that's happening? Why aren't people doing anything? That's my question. God this, God's going to help us, God's going to win. Yeah, but that's a completely different thing than this. And if God is with us, then why not have the boldness and courage that these people have? They don't want God within their system, within their movement and stuff. Yet we do, and we're because they know that we abide by everything that they say. Thank you for doing this, which I understand. But they know we comply to every single thing. So if we're complying, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about a few people walking into a store, right? Walking into a store and my wife or whoever walks into a store, buy themselves with a couple people. The store has masks. That's not a big movement. I'm not sure why my feed's cutting out, but it has to be a movement. It has to be a movement. Just like you see here, and people get upset. Oh, they're blocking streets. They're marching the street. Yeah, they marched in the street. So did Martin Luther King. He did. Probably back then, people complained about Martin Luther King marching in the street, marching to Washington. They probably did. But guess change has happened. Change happened. So so for us as American citizens, we the people, how do we make change happen? And I know we keep continuing to say, okay, well go get involved in the school boards, go to this, go to that, go vote. Well, let me ask you guys, how well is that working within the school boards? How well is it really working? You show up to school boards, you voice your opinion, and then they move into a room, or they just do things online. So how well is that working? Okay, I'm not talking about DC. DC was a one-time thing to the Capitol. It was a one event, a historical event. I'm tired of everybody using DC as an excuse. What about cities? I mean, some groups are even afraid to do things now because I don't get it. I personally don't understand what's going on, yet we complain. I don't get it. I honestly... Whoa. I honestly, I don't... almost got decapitated there. Head off with their head. I seriously don't get it. I really don't get it. It was, what that was that sign right here. The bus hit it. That's what that was. I don't get it. You know, that was a one-time thing in DC. And nothing's ever happened in Portland where thousands of patriots show up in Portland, Oregon. How many times have that, you know, on a daily thing. So what happened yesterday with the verdict, this is day 2 of people doing stuff. Okay, we as patriots, we like to wait till the weekend. We say we have jobs and we don't want to do nothing at night. This is day 2. This is day 2. Let's see how long they continue with this stuff, because guess what? They are serious. They are passionate. They are serious about the things that they demand, the things that we want. We are not. I'm just going to say it. We are not, as patriots, as conservatives, we are not as serious. And some people say, well, that's discouraging. Where's the hope? Well, you know, I don't know. But I'm saying there has to be passion. There has to be passion behind what people do. There has to be. There has to be passion. There has to be urgency, or we can't sit here and just complain. Because I don't understand why we just complain when there's no... Again, why not block the streets? Why not march the streets? We want change. We do stuff during the week. We want change. You do stuff during the week. At night when people are getting off work, right? You want change. You want the government, because here's the thing. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of fear, even healthy fear. And that's what the cities and these elected officials and government, they fear these people. And get me wrong, I'm not saying to act and behave to the level that they behave. I'm not saying that by no means necessary. But to have marches and to have bigger events, that's more of what I'm saying. And that's why I don't understand why we are not. My opinion. So that's why I say we can't complain that people are upset right now, that they feel on their side, that something happened is injustice. We have injustice happening to us, and we're not doing nothing about it. We're typing away on keyboards, and that's all. We're going to school board meetings, nothing's happening. So, what's up, dude? Look who showed up.
What's up, guys?
I'm scolding my folks.
Why?
So here's the thing, and I haven't said this yet.
Not take it to the streets for y'all being complacent.
Oh, you're
staying in your bedroom, nice and cozy, while this is happening. Y'all don't fight fire with fire. You guys just bend over and take it. And I tell my audience all the time, we need to start getting out in the streets. We need to be proactive, because being complacent, taking the higher route, yeah, where's that got you? I'll wait.
I didn't even know he was going to say it. I had no clue. So anyway, I didn't even have to ask him the question. I didn't even tell him what I was talking to you guys about. He said that on his own. He said that on his own, real talk. So, I think I've lost viewers from this, bro. Is Will live? I've lost viewers. Oh well, we're gonna go over here for a second. See if Will's streaming. Is Will live? Is he live?
No.
He's not live?
Oh, he might. Yeah, I think he is actually. He's still recording these things.
Is he? Keep my phone down. He's talking to the police. Keep my phone down. He's talking to the police.
It's a rule for us that we can't. It's a rule for us that we can't. It's not about a state. It's not about a state. Yeah. Talk about how real.
My name's
Oh, that guy had a let's go. That guy has a let's go Brandon flag. That guy has a let's go Brandon flag too. The only way to the only way to remain stuck in a slavery mentality is to believe lies. That's the only way to stay stuck. So, like I have said, if for anybody who's watched for any length of time here since I've been on here for 3 weeks, there's nothing wrong with being ignorant. It's not a crime. It's okay to be ignorant. The problem arises when you choose to remain ignorant. That's where there is a problem. And you can only remain ignorant if you choose to believe the lie instead of the truth. So when the truth is given to you, if someone says, Cal should have never crossed over state lines illegally with a gun. Oh, well, he didn't. The gun was already in Wisconsin. It was at his friend's house, and it was not against the law for him to buy it, and it was not against the law for him to have it. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay, that's good. But no, they want to continue to argue with you that he crossed over the state lines with the gun illegally, and that's not what happened. It's just a ridiculous amount of ridiculousness when people walk around being bingers, lying, believing lies, and so they're comfortable in their ignorance. Their ignorance keeps them in this cocoon of lies, and that's what propels them forward in these things. And it's really hard to listen to them. That's why, we're not watching this other feed here, because these people are all they're in cocoons of lies. They're choosing to remain ignorant. They're not giving us misinformation. They're just dead wrong. That's just all there is to it. So, it's ridiculous. Turn this. I think we have WYSIWYG here in California.
Government is supposed to fear the people. No, the people fear.
We have WYSIWYG here in California at a Save the Children rally. I'm really convinced that the liberal leftists are in need of serious mental help, because a lot of the things that they promote from the left, is their mental issues. They're serious mental issues. And so there's not something that really truth can even help. It's almost like they need help that goes beyond just conversation, right? And just kind of cleaning up some of those ignorant areas. It's just kind of ridiculous.
You're welcome. He applauded that.
Nick on Facebook, he seems like a real winner. I'm not really sure. He says, do all you Negroes think alike? What does that even mean? Who are you even talking about? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We got a winner on Facebook, guys. The Binger wanted to know if all us Negroes think alike.
I don't see any that say.
No, don't play with that.
Hard noted.
No, you don't.
I'm kind of scanning around. saying hi.
Divided we fall, united we stand. We the people against the globalists, against these sociopaths, psychopaths. They want to instill hate and fear, which is a tool that Nazi Germany used. Stalin used.
What's going on, PT News? Eat everybody. Thanks for watching on PT. Just as I put the camera on me, there's some skateboard kids with fireworks.
To those who want to know what is going on, we've got WYSIWYG out in California at a Save the Children rally. It's anti mandates. And then we've got, you notice how everybody's kind of staying out of the street there, staying on the sidewalk. There's not a whole lot of violence going on.
Watching, it's going to be quite a day. So far, so good.
It's still so nice there. It's so nice. And then we jump over to, we've got Unicorn Riot here in Minneapolis, which I've had on mute just because they're just perpetuating so many falsehoods and so many lies about what has happened. It's just really tough to listen to. And again, if you've listened to anything that I've said, it's one thing to listen to people. It's a whole other thing to get dumber as you listen to them. Those are the kind of people you don't really want to listen too much to. And then we've got Will, Anthony, and BCP in Chicago.
And you.
Yeah, I believe in freedom.
Freedom. Absolutely. Not the white supremacists that's under the left.
That's under the left?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Biden, because he keep calling us niggas.
Fuck
Sorry,
Biden.
did I say that? Negroes.
Negroes.
Yeah.
Biden. Fuck Joe Biden.
Well, Hillary Clinton, too.
Fuck Hillary Clinton.
Bernie Sanders, too.
All of those fuckers.
Yeah, all of them.
They're all just working for the ruling class.
Hey, we need Trump back.
We need Trump
back. Absolutely. We do need Trump
He was a
back.
businessman. He wasn't a
So we
politician.
can bring the gas prices down, so
I
we
know
can
who you
have the
fuckers are.
shelves stocked back up.
You guys
so
know
we
who
have
I am,
the
though, too,
shelves.
right?
Who?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You have a face diaper on. I'm cutting off the oxygen to your brain. We don't know who you are. I'm sorry, we don't. See, it's not registering because of the oxygen.
I have an orange in my hat.
I see the orange in your hat. I still don't know who you are.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You full of the oil? You full of that oil?
The oil or the aura?
The oil.
Oil.
I was feeling the aura.
The aura. You were feeling that aura.
Aura.
You was meditating, huh?
I was feeling the aura.
Nice kitty ears, bro. We'll see you later, my man. What's your name?
John Brown.
John
Brown?
Our names are Brandon.
Brandon?
Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Actually, I changed my name to Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh. Let's go, Kyle.
Let's go.
I like Kyle.
Yeah, I like Kyle.
You guys see
The white supremacists?
Christensen?
Who?
If you guys see that guy, will you tell him that
Who is that?
we want him to come out to one of our rallies?
What rally? The one that was over there?
Who is that?
Tom Christensen, if you see him, because I'm sure he's a friend of yours.
I don't know who that is.
Who is that?
You should look him up. You guys will get along.
Really? Why do you want them to come to your rally?
Hey,
All
take
right.
care. Thank you for your
God bless
service.
you guys.
Those guys are nice, right there.
We say thank
They're
you for your
good.
service while the left say F.
Yeah, they're
That
good when
doesn't
they
make
shoot
any
you in the head too.
Well, why do they shoot? Why do you think they shoot people? You don't believe in? Why would they shoot someone in the head? I haven't
You
heard
have
that
to
one.
ask them.
I haven't heard that one
Well,
about shooting in the head.
maybe people
They're the ones that do it.
people
You'll have
get
to
shot
ask
in the
them.
head by them or people committing crimes.
Self-defense.
What's this?
Do you believe in self-defense?
You shouldn't commit a crime.
I believe that. What about respecting authority?
Yeah,
Just
you know
listen.
what?
I
Aren't
mean,
you
that's too
happy
hard.
Kyle Rittenhouse?
What I'm happy about is that leftists have guns too.
That's true. Hey, Second Amendment.
So you know what?
What does that mean?
It means it's a war.
When? When does that start?
It already did. A
When?
long time ago.
You hear this?
Is that when they shot the guy in Portland?
You hear it? He said leftists have guns and it means war. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, well,
That's what he just
the
said.
jury let Kyle Rittenhouse
Did you watch the trial?
go.
Because of the evidence.
Evidence.
Because of the
The
evidence.
So what
the
they
jurors
said-
did.
But what they said was that it's open season
Is that what they said?
That's what they said.
And you can take a gun.
Don't,
to a protest.
you're lying now.
That's in the transcript, or are you doing like Adam Pencilneck Schiff did with the transcript?
Well, first of all,
Do you think I'm carrying a gun right now?
Well, first of all, you better step the
you
fuck
think I'm
away
wearing
from
a
me,
gun?
you fucker. You better
I'm
step
carrying a
away
gun?
from me.
Oh,
Wow.
You think I'm carrying a gun?
I'm telling you to step the fuck
Do you
away.
think I'm carrying a gun?
I have 3 people ganging up on me right now.
Whatever, dude. You could have walked away a long time ago. Don't bring that white supremacist nonsense up in here. There's 2 black guys and a Hispanic guy, and you can come here with this white supremacist stuff? Seriously.
You think I'm white?
Seriously.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Seriously.
I'm
Seriously,
offended.
Don't do that.
You're offended? What are you? Wait, you're
Are
offended.
you guys calling him a male? Y'all are assuming.
Why are you offended I called you
Y'all
white?
are assuming he's a guy.
Hold on, time out, pump the brakes. Why are you offended that I called you white or thought you were white, male?
I didn't say I was offended.
Do you identify
I can't
like
help it.
Do you identify as a kitty?
So
Yeah, I identify as a pussy.
As a pussy? Fitting. Fitting.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's a good one for you.
So,
So you guys like to go 3-on-1 against one guy?
Oh, no,
Is that how you generally
Hey,
do it?
Listen,
No,
we could step over
Is
there.
that your plan?
We
No,
could
not at
step
all.
over
You
there.
like
We
it
could
that
do
way, don't you?
one-on-one.
No, I'm a straight.
like it that
I'm a
way.
straight black
Listen,
male.
we could step over there just one-on-one. What's up?
That's what I thought.
We could step over there one-on-one. What's up?
I told you to step the fuck away from me.
See, there's
3-on-1.
3-on-1.
That's how you guys do it.
What?
That's how you guys do
This is
it. That's how they do it.
Who?
Hey, that's how these guys do it. 3-on-1. They like it that way.
No, I'm a straight black
They
male.
don't believe in a. They don't do fair fights. They use vehicles to run people over.
I'm straight black. Oh, vehicles
you use ropes
to hang people,
to hang people.
especially black people.
You use ropes to hang people.
You do.
White supremacists right here. Straight up white supremacists attacking 2 black men and a Hispanic guy. White supremacists on the streets of Chicago.
So he backed. You know why he backed up? So, he's trying to play the game. He's trying to play the
You
game.
need to go because he's probably keeping us here for a reason.
Yeah.
That's how you guys like to do it. You're bullies. 3-on-1. That's how
You came up to us. Oh, this dude here. This dude here.
I'll smack your ass up. I don't need any backup.
It's open season, you guys.
Is it? When does it start? Again, you said open season.
Open season.
What does that mean?
Season?
Yeah.
On who?
You guys want to kill black people
On who?
again?
You're open season on black people again?
Killing more black people again.
Is that what you're saying?
When they
Open
let
season on
Kyle
black
Rittenhouse go, they said
No one said
No one said that.
open
There's no
season, you
transcript
can
of that.
take a
You're
gun
lying.
to a protest now and shoot people
Do I have one?
if you
Am I
disagree
kidding?
with their ideas.
Lie.
And you guys are bullies because you're 3-on-1 and you're trying to intimidate me.
How many was on Kyle? How many was on Kyle? How many was on?
That's how you do
How many
it.
was on Kyle?
We need to
And
go.
that's how
We
I
need to
knew
go. We need
who
to
you
go.
guys were
We need to go.
when
Come
I
on.
started talking to
How many of it was on Kyle?
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At least you weren't attacked by a
Open
skateboard.
season, you guys.
Open season. That's the 3rd time you said that.
Is that a threat?
That's the 3rd time you said that. Third time he said open season. You guys heard that. The world heard that. 3rd time. Fans. Fans. Fans.
I know you be on this show too. Unite America First,
Yeah.
right? What city you from?
Chicago?
Oh, you are?
No. I'm in Chicago, but I'm this is a city outside of Austin, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Is he walking? Is he with them? All right, you guys. He was. And sometimes with that stuff, they do that on purpose to keep people around so they can get the rest of their comrades rounded up. So.
What were they saying?
Oh no, they were all laughing. You were making them laugh. This Hispanic guy laughed. Why was you harassing that dude?
Bro,
What?
You're coming into my space. You want to start questioning me and act stupid? I'm going to act stupid right back. And then you go and threaten me and tell me it's open season?
He did. He threatened all of us.
Do you think I have a gun? Get away from me. Tucker's little kitty ears perked back.
Then he said that this is how we do. We bully him.
Yeah.
We're ganging up on him.
Yeah. Oh, all of a sudden, y'all three are bullies.
They're mental cases. I'm telling you, the left, they're mental cases. Straight mental. Mental cases. All right. Yeah, our heads are on all the time. Someone came down. They hurried up to come down to see Will. So we're gonna go wrap up. We might come back on later. We'll see. I will be back home tomorrow though. So.
There's the one from El Paso. Yeah.
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 All right, you guys. Let me get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the super chats. We have to get mobilized. We have to get motivated. We have to get encouraged. We have to do something. Seriously, straight up. We have to. Thank you, Stevie. Go get. What was that? Blue. All right. I'll look for it. All right, you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Give me a hug, brother. God bless you. Y'all be safe, okay? I came all the way down.
all the way down here.
Special for him.
Yeah, because I see him more.
God bless you.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna log out. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon. I just smoking with a cigarette.
All right. Our brother Anthony, he plays 0 games. He had that guy so spooked. That escalated so quickly. Talking about open season. That is slightly concerning considering they're in Chicago right now. But anyways, hopefully those guys do stay safe together. At least they have each other. They've got Will, Anthony, and BCP out there, Quincy, all together. So here we are back in L.A. with WYSIWYG. He's at a Save the Children, what is this, rally in California. I don't know. I feel like California has really stepped up to the plate this last year.
The lyric is, since it costs a lot to win and even more to lose, you and me got to spend some time just wondering what to choose. Just goes to show you don't ever know. Just watch each card you play it slow. Wait until that deal comes around. Awesome. Don't you let that deal go down. That's a good one. I noticed it's really loud out here though, so it's like hard to like do cohesive songs. I'm trying to just fit chords in with people's chants, and that works pretty well.
Have you ever been to Louisiana? We are marching, guys. We're moving. Do you go on Bourbon Street very often?
I've been to Louisiana
Everybody,
twice.
We are moving. We are
one
marching.
Was Marty
Moving in this direction.
Oh, no, I doubt
Everybody
it. I mean,
get
maybe
together.
I just don't remember.
Everybody get together.
It was 2000.
Everybody get together.
Who don't remember earlier this year when I was in New Orleans? Is this the guy we met on the street and the horses were out there?
No, I wasn't there this year.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been to Louisiana in like 5 or 6 years.
You totally remind me of this guy that we met. I think he was playing guitar, but yeah, it was cool.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. He had this thing where whatever happened, he'd pick up on it and just start playing.
Start doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like great. The improv of the energy and stuff like that. This woman had some crazy drum and bass music playing, and I was trying to just play along to it. I was like, what key is this? She was like, fuck me, I don't know, you know?
That's awesome. I love it. Well, keep having fun.
Hey, thanks,
Yes, for those asking, real Anthony Aguero. If you look up Border Network News on both Instagram and YouTube, I believe, you will find real Anthony Aguero. Real Anthony Aguero, Border Network News.
I might go find them as they come around this way, maybe.
back and he said, keep going, because you ain't done yet, girl.
And it looks like your Unicorn Riot is still live in Minneapolis with a BLM thing. I don't know what you call these.
Love you, Minnesota. Love you too. Keep your boots on the ground.
Again, that was Kim Andy. She lost her son, Cordell.
Boots on the ground.
4 years ago.
We're here. We're here to shut this shit down. Boots on the ground. We're here. We're here to shut this shit down. Now, we're gonna just real quick. We got one last speaker, then we're gonna head back. Want to give a big shout out to my man Lavish. He went out to the school and checked the school about white supremacy, and that's where white supremacy is being taught in our schools to the children. So in Minnesota, we've been having problems in our schools over the last couple years, and I'll let Lavish tell you more about it.
Blessings. So firstly,
I just have such a hard time listening to this, guys. This is really the worst, like the worst, the absolute worst. Yeah, this guy, we saw him out on the front steps of the courthouse. Do you remember him?
For America, it was disgusting to be there. The energy literally made you want to throw up. So it's just a blessing to see people together, and we can have our differences and still be one at the same time. You know, we shouldn't focus on our differences, but our similarities. Being in Kenosha was disgusting. This event right here is better than anything that happened there that entire time. You know, so I just wanted to say that. So I'm going to say their names. I haven't heard their names yet for real. So Joseph Rosenbaum.
Joseph Rosenbaum.
Anthony Huber.
Anthony Huber.
Joseph Rosenbaum.
Joseph Rosenbaum.
Anthony Huber.
Anthony Huber.
Being out there was so crazy, y'all, so I just wanted to give y'all some insight to that. Also, if there's any parents or people on school boards or anything like that, I'm really focusing on schools right now. So if you have ever experienced or currently experiencing, got a student, got a friend, a cousin that goes to one of these racist-ass institutions known as schools, DM me that. Send me that.
Wait, let me understand this real quick. This guy he was in Kenosha the last couple of days. We saw him on the steps of the courthouse the last couple of days when BCP was out there. He comes back to Minneapolis in the midst of another BLM, I don't know what to call these things, BLM thing, meeting, gathering, I'm sorry. And he says, I haven't heard, I'm going to say their names real quick. I haven't heard their names. They are not black. Like, what part of this they aren't black? How are you chanting, say their name to these white men? Like, I don't care about any of them. I think chanting their name is demonic, no matter who it is. But what I don't understand is how, just like that, did white lives start to matter? But only their white lives. Like, only Anthony Huber and Joseph Rosenbaum, one of the most disgusting people I've ever looked up. How do their white lives matter in the middle of a Black Lives Matter movement, and we're now chanting their name? Now we're saying their name. I'm like, and almost that girl was looking at him almost like, bro, what are you doing? Like, hello, is anybody going to tell him? Is anybody going to tell these people? This is so bizarre to me. So bizarre.
So what you saw here on 4th Street, on 4th Street in Hennepin was about 7 to 10 speakers. A lot of them were focusing on some of the inconsistencies within the society and some of the institutional racism. We heard a little bit about the trial that happened with Kyle Rittenhouse. Obviously, Rittenhouse was just exonerated of all charges for killing 2 people in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and wounding another. Last year, when Jacob Blake was killed by police, when Jacob Blake was shot by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin, he was shot in the back like 7 times, I believe. He was able to live, but then people came to the streets demanded justice for him. None of the officers were getting, looked at like any charges. People here in Minneapolis came to the streets, protested. At the protest in Minneapolis, after it was done, people that went up to the first precinct, a block or two away from where we just were, and a targeted arrest happened afterwards, where about 6 or 7 to 10 people were targeted on their way home, swarmed, followed, surveyed by the police, then kettled, and then arrested sort of brutally. And so if you want to check that out, go to our piece from last year as well, where we talked to some of the youth that were targeted. So I bring that up because that is, people were protesting for Jacob Blake here. Well, I'm sorry. Okay. People were protesting for Jacob Blake here in Minneapolis, where at the same time, about a day or two later, Kyle Rittenhouse had crossed state lines from Illinois to Wisconsin, got the gun that he had purchased in Wisconsin that was stored at his friend's house. He was 17 at the time, started protecting businesses. From him protecting those businesses, he ended up shooting, killing 2 people, Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, wounding another, Gage Grosskreutz. Anthony Huber had connections to Minneapolis, and a lot of people knew him, where actually he was a medic, and a lot of people really, they liked him. He had connections here. So it means a lot to this community as well, where you have a death that's then basically called for by white supremacy that a lot of people are looking at it as. And then therefore, the person who was killed does not get any justice. So it means a lot for a lot of these folks here as well.
There's no pride in genocide.
So am I getting this right? These people aren't celebrating Thanksgiving anymore? Is that what's happening? She's saying F your turkey and your side? Is that what I'm hearing them say? Unicorn Riot just gave a better version of what happened. You know, at least he didn't say that Kyle Rittenhouse crossed over state lines with the gun, which is exactly what happened. It was already in Wisconsin. But he didn't just go to Wisconsin, grab a gun from his friend's house, and go out hunting Kyle Rosenbaum and Huber and Grosskreutz. That's not what happened. So, you know, they like to mess with context. They like to leave context out so that it sounds worse than it is, because if they were to tell the truth, it wouldn't fit their narrative. So we know that that's how they work. They always leave context out. That's just like, that's the way they do things. Because the truth doesn't work. So also,
Hennepin Avenue, where people were just at, a very large thoroughfare for Saturday night parties and bars and stuff. All the streets were shut down there for over an hour. There's been zero police presence out here. Very peaceful protest out here, calling for justice for the 2 who were killed by Kyle Rittenhouse, the abolishment of white supremacy, and the acknowledgement that this reality is happening continuously here in America, where people are now even drawing the comparison where, okay, yeah, it was the white folks that were the victim of another white person, but also it was brought up that, like, look, you go back in the time and you go back right now. And a lot of the times people are saying some of those folks in Wisconsin or some of the, you know, the apparatus of power was sort of calling those white folks N-word lovers, and so therefore it was okay that they got killed. So if you look back in the history of America, that's just last generation. So it's not very hard to see that that could be also the reality. So right now we hear the chant is free, free Palestine. So this march has gone on through a litany of topics, most of them regarding anti-racism, against imperialism, and against the police. Not maybe against the police here, but against police killings and police brutality, against imperialist actions, against colonialism, against white supremacy and the founding of this country within the institutions. Now people are saying that they want to utilize some of the amendments we heard Jonathan McClellan talking about the amendments, talking about the Constitution, and saying that should be then recognized to be used for all and not just white folks. So, as you can see, we're coming up to 2nd Avenue off of 4th Street. The march is going to go right back to the government center where it started. Sorry, we were not able to go live right when it started, but we went live like as it had maneuvered itself down a few blocks away.
Get him in the street! Get him in the street!
As you see down here, this Justice Frontline Aid, they got the food, and they've been marshaling front, back, and the sides. There's a whole bunch of cars that are protecting this march as well. There's at least 20 marshals. These aren't the marshals that are forming the blockade and looking in at the crowd. They're actually more so worried about protecting the crowd from the outside. There's been car attacks. We were just filming, we were just live tweeting and covering, documenting the full extent of the Charlottesville trial, where in 2017, Unite the Right, white supremacist gathering resulted into a death of anti-racist activist Heather Heyer after she was hit with a car attack. You look here in Minneapolis, Deanna Marie last month, 3 months ago, excuse me, in June, a couple months ago, in June, she was killed by a driver in a car attack. So that's why you have people here in this march protecting the march, because it matters to them to stay safe while they're expressing their grievances. Because there's a real, not just a perceived threat, it's a real threat. People are literally attacking these types of protests. The court cases for that Nicholas Krause who killed Deanna Marie is coming up again. He had one court case already, or one court date. So up off to the left is the federal center, federal government center. Excuse me, the federal building. That's where they have federal court. Down below is tunnels. Here, right here on the right side is this.
This is back in California with WYSIWYG. I'm not sure what he's doing. I don't see the group marching anymore. He hasn't, he's just been walking. I haven't seen the group with him, so I'm wondering what's going on.
Way over. Okay. As soon as you get another address, let me know. Yeah.
So folks have maneuvered their way up here by the Hennepin County Government Center. There might be some speeches. It might just be a call out and then be done with it. We'll see. Some new chants going on.
I wanted to point out something that the defense attorney, Mark Richards, said. He said that when Kyle drew the numbers out of the tumbler for the jury, that they saw 3 of the alternates were 3 of the ones that they were really confident in. They thought were kind of their best options. And those 3 didn't even make it on the 12. So, you know, what the left wants to do with this whole thing is they want to demolish our Constitution and they want to rewrite it. But I'll tell you what, there may be some problems with the Constitution. There may be. Nothing is perfect. We live in a fallen world, right? Nothing is perfect. But if we let the left rewrite it, built on gender issues and everything is basically stemmed from racism, and all of their other weird ideologies and wicked ways of thinking. I mean, these are people who they say that black babies matter, and yet the black population isn't increasing, likely because they keep killing the babies in the womb. So if we let the left rewrite this, it's a done deal. It's literally a done deal. But that's what they're trying to get at. That's what they want, is they want to abolish everything that is, and they want to redo it. They want to start from scratch. And I cannot tell you, very, very, very scary to think about.
Do you feel like people did the right thing to try to stop him? Do you feel like they should have done a different tactics to try to stop him? What is your interpretation of how it went down on the street?
They absolutely should have tried to stop him, and the people that unfortunately gave their lives to try to stop him, I think they did it right. I mean, one person went on with a skateboard. That's, I mean, even in cases where they can perceive that one person has a weapon, usually the person with the more powerful weapon faces more of a consequence. So, I mean, a skateboard is no comparison to a gun.
Word. Anything else you feel like saying? We got Anthony Huber, he died. Jojo Rosenbaum died. Grosskreutz, he was actually on the stand. He lived. He also, you know, he spoke some words on there, sort of said he pointed the gun at Kyle. Some people are saying that was sort of a turning point. But, you know, people, as you said, other people are saying it was a bias from the start. You know, the way the judge was interacting with the defense and blah, blah, blah. What is your interpretation about the folks that, you know, you're holding now 3 faces?
Even if he did point the gun at Kyle, I mean, a handgun's nothing compared to an AR-15, so it's just, there's no comparison saying that he pointed a gun at Kyle versus Kyle shooting him immediately. I mean, there's no claim of self-defense there. He went there with the intent, with the mindset to spill blood under the guise of claiming to protect property that wasn't even his.
How do these people know what Kyle was thinking? We've got a whole group of mind readers, y'all. This is new. Like, this is a big deal. We should be thinking way bigger than this. These people can read people's minds. That's what's so great about this. I mean, that's what I want to tap into.
Just free all the people. I know, you know, some people have been super supportive towards me, especially you, Nico. I appreciate the hell out of that. But it's not about any single one of us. None of us are free till we're all free, and free Tom means free the people, all the people, every time.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
How can you make a statement like none of us are free until all of us are free, but we have a whole group of people right now in the United States who have lost their jobs because they're not free to make a choice of their own? They've lost their jobs. They're banned out of certain restaurants and entertainment and healthcare and certain things like that. So they're not free to make their own choices, but we're not free until everyone's free? Like, how the heck do you make a statement like that when all it is hypocrisy? And why is this always a thing? I don't understand why this is always a thing at these gatherings. This does not make sense.
12 years in prison for.
I'm just super baffled by this.
Not attempted murder, but for assault charges. So we had a situation similar, and there are situations like that where counter protesters to Black Lives Matter protests have continually tried to egg on people in the protest to try to get them to do something so then they can react. Also, you look back over in Portland, you had Michael Reynolds. He was killed by a federal task force who hunted him down after he shot a pro-Trumper outside in Portland on the streets, who was also very threatening to other people, according to him and some others. So that's a situation similar in a way.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to lose but our change. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to lose but our change. All right, loud enough for the people in Kenosha to hear us, y'all. Now we stand in solidarity. Y'all ready? It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to lose but our change.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
He doesn't even know what they're chanting. He didn't even say it right. He doesn't even know what they're chanting.
Look for the next call to action. Thank y'all for being out here.
So that sort of concluded this rally here that was organized by a litany of local groups, including Racial Justice Network, including families, supporting families against police violence, including, I think, CUAPB and Black Lives Matter Minnesota, as well as some other places. This is behind us, the Hennepin County Government Center. This is where you will probably see our local coverage next, with the Dante Wright trial coming up. Again, this was in response to Kyle Rittenhouse being let off, being found not guilty by a jury in Wisconsin.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough to listen to. What was the Dante Wright trial?
Right. Okay, I just. So I'm kind of at the back of the pack here. It looks like we're headed back towards City Hall. Just talking to another journalist.
Oh, yeah, that was a Babylon Bee article.
And I don't have to tell you all that journalists have been under attack, and far worse from Antifa than the Patriot groups, but it's been happening, and people are concerned about the doxing and what ends up happening.
Send that to me.
Boy, thank you. The all-important eye contact as you walk in front of things like buses is really, really important. We can't stress that enough. looks to me like everybody's a little tired from all the marching around. I know I am. Holy cow. Worked up a good little sweat running around downtown. Let's see where this takes us.
Okay. I just looked up Dante Wright. I forgot about that guy. It was the one where the officer accidentally, well, he says he accidentally pulled his gun instead of his taser. I can save him the time now. That cop's likely getting off. Probably. He tried to get back into the car during a traffic stop. He was fighting him. I don't see how that's going to go well for their movement. So, anyways, I guess that trial is starting soon. But you know what trial I want to see? I want to see the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, which starts November 29th. Likely won't be publicized, but I really would like to see that trial. She's the one who was in cahoots with Jeffrey Epstein, didn't kill himself. So I would really love to see that trial. They say it's going to last 6 weeks. But yeah, that is definitely something that I would like to see. For the Ghislaine Maxwell, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, guys. But anyways, for her, they actually just, she's not being treated very well in jail right now. But they actually just narrowed a pool of jurors from 80 down to 58. They started with a lot. And so the last 18, the 12 plus the 6, extras or whatnot, will be chosen November 29th for the opening statements, to begin. It's really funny because during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, the judge was so cool, and he talked about a lot of the laws and stuff like that. And
let me know when and where. Hit me in you got my Instagram. You fucking screenshot it.
He was clearly watching the last time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he screenshot it.
He doesn't come out and be his journalistic self. He uses my live feed to cut up and do all the things that they claim they don't like about me and others.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
You know what? If it was a matter of saving your life over his, you're my man all day long.
Exactly. Appreciate that.
So I've talked to you. I've met you face to face.
Yeah.
And I make judgments based on that, not based on
on behind the
something that's undeterminable because you've got a head that thinks about things, questions things.
Everything he says, though, I can
he's going to tweet about this. Give it time. He's already been using my stream to tweet.
As far as anti-Semitism, we can debate. We can debate that shit. You know what I mean? Like, if he wants to talk about that, we can debate that. He has my Instagram.
He doesn't want to talk to anybody because we're all fascists, and he doesn't talk to fascists.
He screenshotted my post I made. You know what I mean? Because my shit's not private yet. But
that's what Vishal does.
Yeah. Whenever you want to have a debate, Vishal, we can have a debate. I have ears to hear.
Yeah.
So let me know.
Yeah.
But he's not going to want to do it.
Oh, no. Vishal's afraid. He's afraid that he'll be proven wrong.
I'm not sure what they were talking about, but what I was going to say was after watching the Rittenhouse trial and the judge being so active as far as like the law goes and different things, he said one of the things he gets irritated by with the TV law shows is they call the opening statements opening arguments. He's like, they're called opening statements. And so I was reading this article today about Ghislaine Maxwell and how they're going to choose the jury on November 29th when they have opening arguments. And I just started laughing out loud. I was like, oh my gosh, you got it wrong. I learned from Judge Schroeder. It's opening statements, not opening arguments. So that was funny. But yeah, I really wish that one would be televised. And I'm wondering if Court TV, I mean, they cover a lot of trials, and I don't follow Court TV very closely, except for now. Obviously, this is my first time ever doing this. But if they were to televise or make public that trial, I would totally watch that trial. I think it's so important because it's a really big deal considering all of the young people that we see go missing every year and sold into sex slavery and just really being taken advantage of by a lot of the elites. And if people would really open their eyes, they would see that we're not in a race class, right? We're in a status. We're in classes of status. So you've got the rich, you've got the little bit less rich, you've got the middle class, right? We're in a class system. And then, the poverty line is actually pretty high. The poverty line, there's a lot of people that live in poverty. And that's really what we're at. And we see this on like a lot of the TV shows and, for example, like the award shows and stuff where you have all of the elites that are maskless and they're dressed up in all their nice, stuff, their jewelry and everything, and all of the help and the staff, they're all masked. And the elites have, special privilege. So it's a class system that we're in, and we're all under it. Everybody is in debt, and not every single person. If you're debt-free, praise the Lord. I am so happy for you, because that is the way that we all should be. But, 98% of people are under crushing debt. And, even when you look around and you see people who seem to have it well, they look well off, a lot of times, I'd say more often than not, they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? They look to be doing well, but they are under crushing debt. So if you've got, $3,000 to $5,000 worth of debt, but these people over here look like they got it all together, they may have $200,000 worth of debt that will never be paid off, right? So you have to just really understand how this all works. And if people would get out of the race baiting and start to understand that we are in a class system and we are the peasants, right? We are the ones who are paying for everything. We are the ones who are paying for all of the lockdowns last year. We are the ones who are paying for it with our groceries. No, go. I just heard a guy talking about today how a bag of chicken wings, he owns a bar, a couple of bars, a bag of chicken wings used to cost $90 a bag, and now it costs $170. Who do you think is going to pay for that price difference, that inflation? It's us. We're the ones who are going to pay. If we go to the bar, we want chicken wings or whatever. But we're the ones paying for all of this because we are in a class system, not a race-based system. And the education camps, the re-education camps that are called public schools, it shouldn't be about race because it's a class system. It's absolutely ridiculous, and people need to wake up to this reality. Stop killing ourselves off in every single race. Stop running in here. If we would stop killing ourselves off in every single race, as in the abortion clinics, that's a good place to start, And we need to, I'm not saying that people around the world don't need help, but there's a lot of babies and a lot of kids on this soil that need to be taken care of, So we just have a lot of work to do in our own backyard. We are the mission field, Our own backyard is the mission field.
Show up. Guinea pig, it says. Stop human trafficking.
I can't let the music player will get a copyright strike. Is that Bryson Gray, though? I'm not sure, but we can't listen to it or it will give us a copyright strike. Looks like Unicorn Riot has gone quiet in Minneapolis as well. So all we have left is WYSIWYG.
Not to be coerced. We don't here to be coerced. We came to free speech. And this is a God-given right for us to choose what is best for our bodies. We're not here to protest.
protesting anything issues. We're protesting that we're losing our freedoms. This block should be filled with people of true Americans.
God, I miss mini bikes. I'm guessing there's going to be a whole lot of mini bikes down here at some point tonight. Just a guess. Where is it?
They're not here to be taken away. These don't have that freedom. This place should be full of American citizens. Choose what's best for everybody. Not the leaders.
Sin sol parece como muy tarde, aunque hoy en día a las 6:10
We are not going to comply. We are going to
I know everybody's. Is that Instagram, Twitter, on your back?
It's all of them.
All of them.
TikTok.
That's everything.
Here you go. Add yourself, dog. Yeah. Young
That's awesome.
Camel. I'm a rapper.
It's a great app.
Spotify, Apple Music. I make music, man.
What's going on? What do you got on the chain?
Gengar.
Who's that?
Gengar.
What's a Gengar?
My favorite Pokemon.
Oh, it's a Pokemon.
I love Pokemon, man.
It's cool. You got blue.
Pikachu's number 2, but Gengar gotta be my favorite.
That's awesome. A lot of glitz going on.
Fuck with me. I got a studio in downtown LA.
Everybody check him out. How you doing? Hey, Vishal, go watch somebody else. Don't watch fascists, right? Go watch somebody else. That's what you like to do, you know. Come on down here, talk to these people. Don't be afraid of them. The problem with leftists, progressives, whatever you want to call Vishal, the problem with him is that his arguments are so bad that he literally has to make up falsities in order to have an arch enemy in what he calls the alt-right. But because he shows up with such a large mouth that he doesn't listen, he doesn't hear people and have conversations with people. You don't have to agree with them, but you at least need to hear and listen and understand what it is that they're up to. He calls everybody fascist. You know, it's a fake fascism that Vishal believes in, something that he and the rest of them have created in order to hate their opponent. And that's all little Vishal is hate. He's nothing but a hateful person. And he shows it day in and day out with every single one of his tweets. It's nothing but hate. He's an un-American, little hateful child that clearly hasn't ever seen the world or doesn't have an understanding of the world. And yeah, I love it.
We're supposed to be United States of America.
Yeah, they went to fascism when they couldn't call everybody racist, you know, because racism wasn't working. So therefore, they went to fascism, neo-Nazis, all the things that they're really upset about. Everybody else using when we see true, you know, sort of fascism coming from our government now, and taking away the freedoms of individuals. But yet, here you have somebody like Vishal. Get the fuck off my stream, Vishal. Go away. You're a turd.
Okay, so WYSIWYG is down in California. He hits a lot of the events down there. He's awesome. He's also been attacked by Antifa, so he knows they're not just an idea, just like we do. He's great, though. He keeps getting back out there and hitting the streets.
He was like, you know what, you're right.
WYSIWYG, if you didn't know, stands for what you see is what you get.
You know, he admitted that he was wrong about it. But now he doesn't feel that way because he started attacking everyone again and going after lawsuits and all this stuff he's doing. But that's okay. That's what he does. But it wasn't like that. Anger does really age you. I'm 87 years old. Look at how good I look. I've been happy all my fucking life.
Did he just say he's 87? He's lying. He's not 87. What? Did I hear that wrong? Yeah, he's definitely kidding.
You know, is all I can do is try and show
What'd you say?
everything, right? I found personally, if I go to events like this, I'm not under any threat because the people here know that I'm here to show the truth and show what's going on. I don't get attacked. If I show up at an event that is left of center, I get run out. Even press conferences, I've been run out of. Some of you have probably seen those videos. So I've only been attacked by one group of people. That group of people that attacked me, they base their attacks on you guys, on what you say in the chat. That was their original argument. They had never really seen my stream. They didn't even know what I was doing. They thought I was editing videos and showing them in a bad light. I just only show what I see. I don't edit videos, as you all know. And I just show what I show. It's what I see. So that's the only side that I've been attacked by. Some of you know that there's been journalists that have been confronted out here. You may have even seen video of me. In fact, right over there, behind the wall, was a so-called journalist by the name of Sky Spider. I won't say her real name because she's a bitch, but she was hiding just over the tip of that wall, sticking her lens over there, taking pictures of people. And her only reason for taking those photos is to be able to dox people. And a lot of you don't know the story about what happened, but during We Spa 2 on July 17th, I was on the backside of We Spa walking up to where the protest was. And I ran into two people. There was two ladies together, two women together. One was Water Spider, the other was Sky Spider. I didn't know it was Sky Spider at the time. It was just an older blonde woman, journalist, long lens camera, and then Water Spider, she just has her iPhone and she runs around and posts a bunch of crap. Anyway, so I asked Water Spider why she didn't show the footage of me getting attacked by Antifa 2 weeks earlier at We Spa 1, July 3rd. And she didn't have much to say about that. But what ended up happening is at We Spa 1, there was a man who was getting attacked by Antifa after the preachers had gotten attacked. And he was a fit gang member with no shirt on, and he ended up swinging his rosary, of all things, at the violent protesters. I saw him, and I ran up to him and gave him my card and said, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you. I would like to see about doing an interview." And while I was talking to him, which was off camera, Sky Spider and Water Spider turned around and took photos. And at the time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait and see who posts these photos of me and this gentleman. And sure enough, came straight out of Sky Spider's account. I'm like, okay, now I know who Sky Spider is, because up until then, it was an anonymous troll account who was just doxing patriots, people that she disagrees with, and the rest of her friends, you know, Vishal and Chad Loader and all of them. They're all intermingled. It's a little spider web, as it turns out. So that's when I finally figured out who Sky Spider was, and I posted up her pictures too. They were lovely pictures of me and this gentleman. And then later on, she took another photo. In fact, out here, I think it was the day that I confronted her and said, "Hey, why are you doing this? Why are you acting the way you were acting, and then going online and saying the things you're saying, which just are not true?" And she recorded that video and showed me like creeping on her, which was great. But yeah, that was right over there. So yeah, that's what these people do. They're not interested in the truth. They're not interested in hearing people. They're interested in destroying lives, destroying anybody that they disagree with. So. I forgot where my point was going. My point was going to the press that's been attacked. And so the people that are here, they're not attacking the press. What they're doing is calling them out for destroying their lives, their livelihoods, because they have a differing opinion. They do not want to be forced to take a vaccine. And so when you have press members that aren't actual press, that aren't LA Times, local news, that go into the crowd and say, "Hey, why are you out here?" They want to do interviews. These are people who stand across the street with a long lens and just take photos to say, "Oh, look who was here," and put your name out that you were at this event and create a negative connotation about why you were here. So press is not allowed at left-wing or left-of-center events where you have Black Lives, because they don't want you to see. And in fact, I got a phone call from the man who was attacked at We Spa 1 when I captured his attack on camera that then drew them onto me. And one of the things he said to me yesterday was, "Thank you so much. I owe you big time. And I hate the fact that you were attacked by these people, and I don't like what they did to you, but you saved my butt." I didn't intentionally save his butt. I just wasn't going to not show what was going on. I tried to give them the space they asked for, but Vishal and his friends attacked me for it. Attacked me for being out there with my camera showing what was going on. And the funny thing is in the end, Vishal, it was all true. All the things that happened turned out to be a sexual predator in the women's spa, and it was never about trans people. This group of people across the street aren't hateful people, but but they will call out bullshit, and that's exactly what happened, is some bullshit. And if you can't be honest about it, that's a problem, because I know you all disagree with it, because Precious Child admits to me in my chat log, direct messages with Precious, that they don't agree with what happened at the Wee Spot that caused the violence out front. Nor does Chad Loader, because I have those text messages too. So the people that you're aligned with didn't agree with the actions of a person who went into the women's spa and caused all this, that you called a hoax. So your journalism is a hoax. And I will call you out for it every time, Vishal. And when you're done being scared, you can get on with Jeremy Lee Quinn, who I think would do a great job. He asks the hard questions. And let's do a little live stream. We don't have to be on camera, but let's do a little live stream. Or if you want, V-Radio. V-Radio would be willing to do it as well. He's an anarchist. So I'd say he's a little in the middle between you and me, Vishal. So why don't we have that conversation and talk about and answer all these questions that you keep saying and all these statements that are untrue about me and what you think I've done, and have that conversation. Be a man and meet me for a conversation. That's all I got to talk about. See you, buddy.
Okay, that is WYSIWYG from WYSIWYG TV. If you want to head over to watch his feed in, where is he? California, likely LA, in that area. You can find him at WYSIWYG TV. It's, if in order to remember it, just remember it's what you see is what you get acronym. You can find him on any of the social media platforms with what you see is what you get. Just say that out loud. It's it's an acronym for his channels. So before I head out, because I wanted to bring up a couple things. Somebody mentioned in the chat Crystal Kaiser. She was a young girl who killed her abuser, and it was being talked about in the chat. So I looked her up real quick. Now, one of the things about looking it up real quick is obviously I didn't watch the trial, and all of the information that I'm finding could absolutely be tainted. And so that's that. But you guys, you know, the system is not perfect. It is absolutely not perfect. This is something that we can't. Let me see. Hold on a second. Got a couple of things coming in here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Leonard, for posting the A link for Andrew Coffey, the 4th. Let's see here. Anyways, Crystal Kaiser is a girl from actually Kenosha, Wisconsin. She's also in Wisconsin. That's where she had a lot of her hearings and such. She killed her. I didn't get a chance to read through a lot of it, so I'll just kind of give you a little overview. She ended up killing her abuser and abuser of others, and she was put behind bars. Now, I talked about this during the trial many times when I went off on rants, because it's something that, again, if we could get away from the race aspect of things, people would really start to open their eyes to some real issues that are going on. I talked about how we are in a class system, and everybody is affected by that equally. You know, people are under crushing debt every single day. If you were to pay off, if you were to try and pay off your credit cards with just the minimum balance, you would literally never pay them off. But not only that, but you will see that our system is continually attacking and sacrificing our children. They're sacrificing children in the womb. They're sacrificing children in the school systems. And I'm not just talking about with education, also with medicine. They're sacrificing children by creating a pipeline that leads to prison rather than a pipeline that leads to an education of opportunities. We are constantly sacrificing our children. And it just doesn't make sense that we focus on these issues that, one, in essence, aren't even real. They're things that have to be created, right? So I watched a TikTok earlier of this girl who was talking about how she gets panicked and she feels like everything is a microaggression. She feels like everything is racist. You know, when she sees too many American flags, she gets nervous. When she hears people chant USA, she starts to get nervous and she feels unsafe. And I'm just like, dude, you have serious issues. Like, at that point, you've got paranoia. And this is why I said earlier, a lot of these things are mental issues, right? They are absolutely mentally ill. You cannot legitimately think there are 36 genders. You cannot legitimately tell me that when you see an American flag or you hear people chanting USA, you think that is racist and automatically means that somebody is going to hurt you. Because likely they're not even thinking about you. And that's just the thing. I think people are giving others too much credit, right? Where they need to get the mirror out and they need to start self-reflecting. Like, what is it in you that's causing you to have paranoia over a flag, right? When I see the pride flag, I'm not happy about it because I have full faith and belief in the Bible. And I believe that the rainbow was specifically created as a promise that the Lord would never flood the earth with water again. That is a very specific thing and a very specific symbol that goes with a very specific promise, right? But I'm not triggered by it to the point where I feel panicked and paranoia and uneasy and just all this stuff. I mean, I don't like it, but I'm not that deeply affected by it, you know, because at the end of the day, it's really an issue between them and the Lord. So the Lord's the one who gave the symbol and the promise, and he's the one who's going to deal with the person who's flying the flag for a whole nother reason, you know? So for me, it's like, I don't actually care. Like, if that's what you want to do, fine. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think that's going to end well in judgment, but at the end of the day, you do you and I'm going to do me, right? So when we have people who are, for instance, California passed a law a couple of years back that legalized prostitution. And the reason why they legalized prostitution, get this is so ridiculous. Like, this is why I say they're constantly sacrificing our kids. So the reason why they legalized prostitution is so that, this was their thinking, like this was their logic behind this. They legalized prostitution so that they wouldn't have to arrest the girls and charge them and prosecute them. Just let that sink in for a second. This is their logic. Instead of arresting the Johns and prosecuting them and the pimps for sex trafficking these girls, they chose to legalize prostitution so that they didn't have to arrest and prosecute the girls. The ones who likely, in many cases, I do not know of many, there are people out there who do choose that lifestyle. But I mean, we're talking about the rarity. We're talking about the exception, not the rule. The rule is that most of these girls are forced into sex trafficking and sex slavery, right? And a lot of times they are very young when they start. So I have seen in Portland, our DA choose to not prosecute criminals like Antifa. They catch and release them. They catch and release them. They catch and release them. And we're talking about criminals career criminals. They have rap sheets. They are sex offenders. They are unregistered sex offenders. They are people who deserve to be behind bars long before they even get they deserve to be behind bars before they even get arrested for committing the crimes that they're refusing to prosecute them on. So you're telling me in California that they can't not charge the girls who are being forced into prostitution unless they legalize prostitution, which now makes it legal for Johns and pimps to abuse them and use them? I mean, you have got to be kidding. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, there are some broken pieces of our system. Definitely. I have never denied that fact. It just doesn't make sense that we are focused, again, like I said, on the wrong issues. Class systems, sacrificing our children from the womb and up. Major issues with the education pipeline. We are, the education system, no. The education system has become a money-making income stream. So we get the kids into the schools, and the whole point of school is to pipeline them into a four-year college. Now, I don't personally believe in four-year college. That's my belief. Now, if people want to go to a four-year college, hey, more power to you. That's fine. A lot of people come out of a four-year college without a career that will make them any money, and they end up in debt for the rest of their lives, right? I mean, especially when you come out, with a social justice degree, and it makes no sense, right? You have zero life skills. You have zero skills whatsoever to actually be a productive citizen in society. I believe in trade schools, HVAC and plumbing, electrical, like an electrician, real estate. There's so many things, and people will always want to be either hot or cold, right? So that is a long-lasting profession. People will always want a roof over their head. That is a long-lasting profession. People will always want to have clean water, be able to get rid of their, go to the bathroom with, running water and toiletries that work. People will always want to take showers. Like, these are things that are forever careers. And not only that, but you can actually build businesses that create generational wealth. So these are things where you become a productive addition and contributor to society. Architecture, engineers, inventors, like, these are the things that keep our world turning. Social justice warring causes inflation and high gas prices and destruction, and causes taxes to be put on our meat, like pigs and cows and turkeys. Like, we can't, it's not sustainable, right? It's just not sustainable. What we need, so that's what our public school system has become. It's a pipeline into a four-year college where when you go through that, you have a piece of paper that says you're all smart and stuff, and you get jobs that other people are actually more qualified for, but because you have the piece of paper that says you're smart, but really you're not smart, you're stupid, you get the job, and then you do a horrible job doing it. Or if you qualify for the job, you still might not get the job because somebody else has a different skin color, and even though they're not qualified for the job, they get the job because their skin color says they deserve the job. It's just such a mess out there. So if we could turn our focus to the right things, Get back to the trades. You can actually go to, you can become an electrician. You can get into an apprenticeship and be paid to learn and come out with a career that will build you generational wealth. Or you can go to a four-year college, pay them for a garbage education where you just come out regurgitating talking points, end up with no job, and in debt for the rest of your life. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. We're sacrificing our children, and if you can imagine who our leaders are going to be later, you think they're bad now, look at what we're creating right now. These are the leaders. These are our future leaders. I mean, we are headed down a very dark path, okay? A very dark path. So I can only imagine a lot of the teachers in schools these days are Antifa-like people, you know. They're Marxists, and they believe in communism or socialism or any number of similarities between the two, because there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. They really overlap. Communism and socialism, they have some overlapping ideologies. So, but these are the kind of people who are in the educational system, and they go to four-year colleges, and then they come out and they start teaching our kids. I can't say enough to get your kid out of the public school system, and it would be nice if we could get people to not only pull their kids out of the school system, but start getting bills on the ballots to reallocate the money to follow your child. So right now, you can pull your kid from the school system, and the school will eventually stop getting that funding, but you won't get it either. You'll still be paying into it for something, but you're not going to get it. So we have a really great, oh man, I wish I had her card handy. I'll talk about this again, and I'll have her information handy, but she's working here in Oregon to get that money reallocated to follow the students. So regardless of whether you go into a charter school or a private school or a home school, that money that you're paying in as a taxpayer won't go to the public school. It will follow your child. So, I mean, curriculum can be very expensive. You know, I have one kid who's in a private Christian school online, and then I have other children that I have to buy curriculum for. And I don't have to. I can use whatever I want, but it can be expensive. And so if that money could follow my kids back to what I want to use it for, rather than it funding a public school system that is just damaging students, it would be much more beneficial, right? So, you know, while Trump was president and he started kind of shining the light on all of the sex trafficking and the kids that were going missing, I had researched this years before he'd even made it into the presidency. And at the time that I researched it, 800,000 children per year went missing. I'm going to say that again, because I really want this to sink in. 800,000 children per year went missing at the time that I researched this. And this was like, you know, 8-9 years ago. I can tell you right now that there are not 800,000 children being murdered every year. What there are 8,000 children who are being kidnapped and stolen and sold into sex trafficking every single year. Some of them end up dead, but I can tell you right now that their souls end up dead. Even if they are still alive, their spirits end up crushed and dead because they are sold into such a viciously disgusting and inhumane act that is sex trafficking. And these kids do not deserve it, right? And United States, U.S. citizens are some of the biggest consumers. We are one of the top consumers of pornography and sex trafficking industry. So, and, you know, a lot of this is the elites. And that's why, not that us peasants, you know, not that there's not peasants out there, definitely a lot getting in on that. But that's why the Ghislaine Maxwell trial is so important. Like, that's a big deal. And I really wish that that was that was televised, that was public, that we could watch that, you know? Super important. So people like California who decide to legalize prostitution instead of going after the people who are consuming and getting these kids into child sex trafficking is just so disgusting to me. It just makes me sick to my stomach. So any noodle. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about on that. I was just saying, Crystal Kaiser, look her up. Her name is spelled a little bit differently. It's not a spelling that's actually at all. It's Crystal, CHRYSTUL, and then Kaiser is KIZER. She really got a bad rap in that whole thing, but she did appeal, and it looks like, you know, charges could be dropped, and this is actually in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and like I said, they sacrifice our kids in a lot of areas, so the system is not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. The jury made a very good decision when it came to Kyle Rittenhouse. I think they made a bad decision when it came to Crystal Kaiser. You know, anybody who kills their abuser, I don't feel like should spend life behind bars, but you know, I didn't watch that trial. I don't know the details of it, so I could just be speaking out of my neck at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today. And I just want to share a couple of those things with you guys. I think, was there something else? I feel like there was something else. Oh, there was something else I was going to bring up. Have you guys heard that the Democrats are trying to get the women, they're trying to get it so that women have to be sign up to be drafted for war? Like, what are your thoughts on that? That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. First of all, I've never believed in drafts. Like, I think drafts are super intrusive, and you shouldn't force people to go to war. That seems really bad. But now they're women are getting ready to have to be signed up to draft. I really don't agree with that. So, yeah, equal rights. I get the whole thing, but I'm not trying to do everything a man does. I'm not trying to do everything a man does. I want to do everything a woman does really well. I don't want to try and do everything a man does. So, I feel like women are really messing it up for our daughters who aren't interested in trying to be a man. So I don't know. That's a whole nother thing, a whole nother night, I suppose. It's pretty disgusting to me. I'm not into it, but anyways, okay. Good night, guys. I'm likely, probably won't be back on here tomorrow, but who knows? I said I wasn't gonna be on here today, so here I am. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me today. Just a reminder, the show is brought to you by onamericanstreets.com. I thank you so much. My name is Frankly Jamie, known as Frankly Jamie across all of the social media platforms, and my husband, the BC Preacher. So here we are live on his channel. So I was going to start doing a morning show, definitely not as early as we were doing the trial. I just can't. It's too much. But probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So that's probably what that will look like moving forward. And so I will see you guys again. And I hope you have a stupendous evening. And yeah. All right. I'll see you next time. Good night. Good night.